Beautiful night for the beautiful game to be played in Mount Verde Academy, the home of OCB here in Central Florida, one of the most unique buildings with that lake behind it. Some familiar faces, some unfamiliar faces for both of these teams tonight. And that should make for a very interesting matchup as these two teams have played twice already on the campaign, once here in Central Florida and once out in Arizona. Is there anyone hotter in League One action right now than the Lions? 4 straight games with points, 3 wins and a draw during that span. They are +4 in goal differential. The first win was against Toronto, and the last time out against Forward Madison. And Thiago Souza with the screamer from distance with absolutely nothing that Brian Silvestri could do. And he's not even in the 18 tonight. How about that for Coach Fernando? For FC Tucson, a lot of players moving on up, making their way to Phoenix, not necessarily the east side, as Andrew, Kyle, Austin, and Phillip will all make their way to the big club. And they're leaving a lot of goals and a lot of saves and clean sheets behind when they make that move from Tucson to Phoenix. So these two teams will suit up differently than they have in their previous matchups. We'll be back to Orlando next on ESPN+. Welcome back to Mount Verde Academy, the home of OCB. This match presented by Orlando Health. OCB with an incredible run of form as of late. Points in their last 4 games on the season. You see Natalie Simon there carrying the ball. She will have the Barbasol this evening. The starting lineups are also presented by Orlando Health. You take a look at this lineup. It's a little bit different than the last time out. Herrera gets his second start in a row in the pipe. Silva Simeon Hill gets the start, and Seamus Diouf back in the lineup, starting lineup. Serginho and Mbuyu back in the starting lineup. Bagru Tablante is back in the starting lineup as well. And Austin Amir will be up top with William and Moises. When you take a look at FC Tucson, there is only one man in this lineup that started against the Lions the first time they were in Central Florida, and that is Jamal Cox. Everyone else, all 10, did not play against or did not start against the Lions the first time these two teams got together. So time for us to get this game started. That was then, and this is now. So different lineup for Coach Fernando than the last time out against Forward Madison, and a certainly different lineup for Tucson and Darren Schwartzky. So you take a look at the visitors, white from head to toe, with the exception of their keeper out of Mexico, Carlos Mirancio. And Mirancio will look like a human highlighter tonight. The boys in purple from head to toe will be the home team, and you look at Jordan Hill, the 22-year-old out of Davidson College, will get the start tonight. On the back line, as Randy Mendoza is not in the lineup tonight for the Lions as they move Mateus Silva out to the left. And so we are moments away from getting started. 90-plus minutes of action. The Lions looking to go 5 in a row without a loss. And it will be Tucson getting us started. They will go from right to left on your screen, and the boys in purple will go from left to right. And that gets us underway. Welcome. I am Bruce Silverman, and excited to bring you this League One match tonight. And already Tucson moving down the pitch into the final third, moving it back out. Tehran will lose the handle, but last touch by Moises Tablante. So Joe Tehran, the 18-year-old, with the long distance throw, handled by Jones, and they'll stay on it. Tehran will serve it into the middle, clear it out, but an opportunity in the first minute. Jones didn't turn and take the shot. A lot of helter-skelter action before Christian Herrera, the big man, 6'7", 213, the 21-year-old with a tremendous amount of experience in USL Championship action. And right away, the Lions having to dodge a bullet as the defense really didn't put a tremendous amount of pressure on the visitors, but they settle down now with the ball. And switching sides, Tablante getting past Tehran into the 18, stepping over, crossing, and just too much. Boyu was there with an opportunity to head it home, but the shot, or I should say, the cross just a little too much. But how about Moises Tablante getting into the 18, stepping over, stepping around Batista, and getting that center off, but just unable to connect with Tresser and Boyu. Otherwise, it would have been a 1-0 game. So 2 trips down the pitch, 1 each for each team. Opportunities to score on both of them. That should make for a rather entertaining match as we are just entering the 3rd minute. And here's Batista left footing it, switching sides for Houseworth. Houseworth chipping in and finding the hands of Herrera. Herrera played in USL Championship with Real Monarch, Swope Park, and Portland too. So bringing a lot of maturity and a lot of leadership to this club here, OCB. Serginho going backwards. Serginho's been taking the majority of the set pieces for the Lions in the last number of games. Long distance pass on the mark for Serginho. Tablante, a little heavy touch, gives it up a little too easy. Now Jamal Cox will get it back to Batista. Stolen away by OCB. Here's Bagru. Outside, chipping in, and Boyu outside of the net. But great ball movement early on by the Lions. We get to take another look. This one from ground zero. And Boyu, left foot, trying to go near post, but just ran out of real estate and gives The 20-year-old keeper who formerly played in Mexico, an opportunity to right foot it down the pitch. So Orlando City already looking as if they are in mid-game form, putting pressure on the visitors, who are without a number of key players as they have been called up to Phoenix Rising. One touching passes and slowing things up. Virgin back to Cox. Cox feeling the pressure from the 19-year-old Brazilian Serginho. Venter sending it forward. Pressure as double team results in a whistle as William Bagru, the 23-year-old, played his college ball at Mercer, drew the foul. So both of these teams playing coast to coast. And this high pressure action is exactly what both of these coaches want to see. Hill will throw it in. Simeon. Back to Amir, and Amir all the way back to Herrera. Sun will play a little bit of fits for the visitors as they're going to be looking into the sun. That will set just over the lake. Barancio clears it out, so a throw-in coming up on the far side. And Seamus, who has played the majority of his time here at OCB, will throw it in on the left side. He's been playing on the right. Surveying his options. And that will result in a goal kick. So a lot of action on both sides of the pitch early in this one, as both teams trying to feel each other out. But with the attacks that we've seen from both sides, this may very well be high-scoring affair. There was a high-scoring affair earlier today. Game played in Toronto between Toronto and North Texas. Ronaldo Damas with goals at 9, 26, and 27. Yes, you're hearing that right. 9, 26, and 27 to open up the scoring for North Texas. They go into the locker room up 3-1 as Toronto got a goal in the 44th minute. Ended up in a 3-3 draw. So maybe Wednesday soccer and League One action could be high scoring, both in the afternoon game as well as the evening. Silva for Diouf. Simeon switching sides, looking for Seamus. He has him, puts it on a dime. Defended by Virgin, sent over the top. Bagru had to hold off, making sure that he does not get caught leaning. Opportunity for us in the 8th minute to take a look at the keys of the game. Let the good times roll. Send the ball up front. That has been the story for OCB. The majority of their goals on the season have come from outside of the box. And for Tucson, it really is next man up. As I said in the opening, only Jamal Cox started for Tucson against Orlando City the last time these two teams played. And that was in the opening match for both teams. Tucson winning that affair 3-1. An opportunity for Orlando City, leading Tablante in a foot race that Cox will win. But then Tablante picks the ball up, sends it into the middle. Diouf sends it over the goal, brought his pitching wedge. All he needed was his putter just outside of the 6, but he sends it high over the bar. We get another look. Tablante picking up the loose ball, getting into the box, and then giving the captain a great opportunity, a great look on goal, and you see the frustration from William McGrew. Last time these two teams played, it was out in Arizona, playing to a 2-2 draw. The only draw that the Lions have had in their last 4 against 3 wins. Diouf settles it down. Serginho will turn on it. Looking for Tablante, and it's led a little bit too far to the left. Hill puts his head on it. Serginho liking that type of kick, but it will go all the way to the keeper. 10th minute of action, giving me an opportunity to tell you that Orlando Health is proud to be the official medical team of Orlando City Soccer Club. From orthopedics and sports medicine to virtually every medical specialty, Orlando Health has the physicians throughout Central Florida to provide the care you need when you need it. Choose Orlando Health. And now Tucson looking to bring some pressure to the home team, and very surprised that's staying with Tucson, as it looked like the ball was last touched and last put out of play, but that gives Joe Teran, the 18-year-old, an opportunity to throw it in. Stolen away momentarily by the boys in purple. Teran with some patience gets his pass picked off, and Hill feeling pressure from Cox. Silva out for Seamus. Seamus will turn on it. Calling for some help, has to go backwards. And now Silva, the biggest man on the pitch for the Lions, back to his keeper. One of the tallest that you will find in North America at 6'7". Serginho, the Brazilian, keeping it in play. Looking for McGrew. Can't get it there. Tablante for Diouf. And now Amir with the heavy touch. Opportunity on transition for Delgado. Delgado into the box. Silva times that one perfectly, and it goes out of play. Houseworth, the 23-year-old, will throw it in. And now Venter, as it gets put out of play, and quickly Mbuyu looking to get it forward, but he'll wait for Seamus to come up and throw it in. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Both teams trading it back and forth as Cox comes up with it. Now Jamba, and he gets taken down. Corner coming up as Jamba got jammed up by Simeon. We get another look. Trying to go baseline, an opportunity to center it. And here is Teran. It will swing away from Herrera here in the 13th minute. Natalie Simon, the lady with the Barbasol, will come in and just make sure that everyone settles down. As you see, a majority of the players on this pitch right now hanging out in the 6 as Simon holds court. Diouf coming in as he is the captain for the Lions.
Kyle, stay outside.
You see Jamga showing a little bit of frustration as everyone exited the 6. So Natalie Simon is going to settle out a concern right now, as everyone in Tucson will plead their case. Natalie Simon calling out to the 4th official. Will have nothing of what Tucson is claiming, so you see the setup here as Joe Turon, the 18-year-old,
That's going to cause a big problem now. Guys fighting, guys.
will now left-foot it on this corner. High in the air. Settled down, handball in the box by Batista. So the Lions will kick this one away in the 14th minute.
I'm sorry you got bit, but play soccer. Don't bite anybody.
Turon, high in the air, and just mishandled by Lamar Batista. Simeon will start us up. He'll jog away as Christian Herrera will come up and kick it. Herrera has a big foot, so look for him to clear the center stripe rather easily. The game is slowed down after that activity surrounding the corner. Strong right foot. And the Lions pick up the loose ball. Serginho sliding it down, trying to lead to Blante, but not enough on that pass. Now down the line. And Jones trying to pick up the loose ball. He sends Silva to the turf. And Simon will have a conversation with Jordan Jones. Both of the forwards for Tucson played for Rio Grande Valley of USL Championship a year ago, Delgado and Jones, providing a lot of leadership for Darren Schwartzky. As Herrera will right foot this one once again. Another strong kick, clearing everyone, including the intended target of William Bagru. Mirancio will lay it down and kick it away, chipping it outside. Orlando City picking it up as Amir had to settle it down and go back to Simeon. Want to let you know that one of the reasons why the back line for Orlando City beat tonight is a little different, with Silva, Simeon, and Seamus joined by Jordan Hill. Randy Mendoza got the call up to play with Orlando City in Memphis for their U.S. Open Cup match. We certainly wish James O'Connor and his squad great success against 901 on the road. An opportunity in their first match of the 2019 U.S. Open Cup. That one kicking off at 8:30 as we're in the 17th minute here, scoreless between OCB and FC Tucson. Opportunity now in the final third as Houseworth serves it in. Turon will send it back. And that 6'7" frame of Christian Herrera snatches it out of the air. Absolutely nothing that anyone in a white kit can do about that ball that Turon put up high. Herrera getting his second start in as many games and his third on the campaign. He started the third game of the season in a draw against Tormenta here at Mount Verde. So he is undefeated on the season. 2 wins and a draw in his 3 starts. Silva, long distance pass on the mark. Mbuyu. Amir, Serginho. And another shot well off the mark by the captain Diouf. And as I mentioned earlier, nearly all of the goals for OCB have come from long distance. That one from about 35 yards out and about 18 yards wide of the goal as you look at number 18. Austin Amir out of Tampa. He is a Lions Developmental Academy product. Mbuyu just couldn't handle that pass.
Jordan, come on. Good job. Come on. Active.
And now Carlos will settle it down. A new keeper for Tucson.
Now, Kyle, let's get to the hold of this ball now. Come on.
Ejimudu finds himself in Phoenix, and a good look at that select ball. Great product placement by Tucson tonight. Simeon, who normally plays
Straight to him. Excellent.
right center back, now playing left center back with Randy Mendoza with the big club. And that backwards pass by Simeon almost creating fits for Herrera as he needed to clear it out. The throw for Luke Hausworth, the product out of the University of Wisconsin. Stripling sending it forward. Here's the advantage. Cox, one touches. Now Virgin have to go back. Switching sides intended for Tehran. Jamba earns a throw as he puts it off the body of Simeon, and Tehran, as we have seen early in this match, will throw it in once again, and you look at the manager, Fernando. And we've got our first card. So the first card of the night in the 21st minute will go to Austin Amir. Throw in coming up on the far side by Hausworth.
Number 18, Austin Amir, in the 21st minute.
So Austin Amir in the book. Throw coming in. Delgado, the intended target, now into the 6. And that shot by Hausworth finds the outside of the net. But we'll stay where we are. Last touch by the Lions. It looks like Eric Virgin will do the honors. Settle it down, out swinger again. So 2 corners by Tucson, and they go with the opposite foot. So here's the right foot of Virgin. Short, headed on, and sent out of play. Great opportunity by Tucson inside the 6, but the ball could not go on frame. Herrera to kick this one away. Tucson finding it difficult to win since May 18th. That was at home against Chattanooga. 4-0 was the affair on that one. But since visiting Toronto in a 2-0 loss, it was a draw at home against this OCB club and a draw against Richmond, and that was 0-0 at home as well. So the last 3 times out, Tucson has been unable to find themselves with a win. So the question becomes, do they have the confidence, especially being on the road, playing a team that they have beaten before, against a team that is just really streaking, playing very, very good football their last 4 out? Inside the 18, then sent out. Mbuyu can't handle it. And neither can Seamus. And Seamus expressing his frustration that it did not go the Lions' way. Last time out for the Lions, a win here at Mount Verde Academy, 2-1 over Forward Madison. Before that, the aforementioned match at Tucson, a 2-2 draw. And then the winning ways started against Toronto on May 18th. It was 2-0 here at home. And then the Richmond Kickers came to town 5 days later, and it was a 3-2 win for the Lions. So both of these teams really settling down after the opening few minutes as they were just going back and forth with trips to the opposite 18. Now a lot of play in the middle, a little bit more defense. As you see Herrera just directing traffic. Fans follow OCB and the rest of the USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, the US Open Cup, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One action every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Herrera, another one of those strong right foots, but also resulting in turnover. Tucson. A little too heavy, and Simeon is there, feeling the pressure, trying to clear out. Heavy touch, creates an opportunity for Tucson. They take too long. Jones couldn't turn on it. Shot from distance goes wide by Virgin. Great opportunity for Tucson, but they were slow to jump on the opportunity. Get to take another look. Here's Virgin, the long distance shot. Just stays on the ground, but it was the build-up there that was the blown opportunity for the visitors. Herrera will send everyone forward. 26 minute, and we are still scoreless. Scoring opportunities on both sides. The last one by Tucson was probably their best, headed all the way back. Venter to his keeper. But really great to see that Randy Mendoza suiting up for James O'Connor and the Lions in the U.S. Open Cup. Virgin draws the foul.
Quicker, Gal. Good job. Big quicker, buddy. I'll take the foul.
Serginho picking up the foul, and he'll go. No, will not go into the book for that one. Thought that Natalie Simon was going to go to the pocket. Serginho limping from that one. And Colin Stripling, the 24-year-old who took the brunt of it, is now up. Batista launching it all the way into the 18, and Herrera is there to pick it up on the bounce. And he'll roll it out for Simeon. Back to the keeper, left foot this time. Seamus. Diouf. Diouf is tripped up. Natalie Simon wasn't looking at it, so play continues. Settled down by Herrera, and the big man will carry it in. Herrera will take his time. Send everybody down. The strong right foot over the head of Mbuyu. Throw will come on the far side. It will be Seamus doing the honors. So you see Diouf taken down. Play continued. And now the ball right back to Herrera. Jones was keeping him honest. Orlando City really needing to settle down right now. Tablante putting the back of his head, maybe even part of his back on it. Heavy touch by the man who once played for the Portland Timbers too. Will result in a Hill throw-in. Serginho for Silva. Diouf Back to Amir, who is backtracked. Hill with a nice centering pass for Serginho. Picks up some defenders. Diouf now, and he'll whip it out wide.
What's around me, Jamel? Stay connected.
Sending it all the way back. And that's one of the things that you'll see the Lions do. Move it forward and then move it back to rebuild. Simeon for Diouf. Just enough pressure from Venter that he has to go backwards. So where Orlando City early in the match was just pressing forward, now they're having difficulty putting passes together and trying to build any kind of momentum. The pendulum has definitely swung to FC Tucson. Tehran for Stripling. Stripling will send it out wide. Seamus will come over. Approached a little too much and left Tucson with the ball. Virgin, Houseworth, and they'll play catch. Venter sliding it over for Batista, and the visitors being very, very patient right now, and Orlando City basically conceding on Tucson's side of the pitch without any kind of pressure. Batista left foots it into the box. Foot races. Jones is trying to get around. And nearly a handball. And the whistle will give a set piece opportunity.
Referee, yes or no? I'm asking the question. It has to be yellow or no? Because it's unintentional or what?
And Silva having a conversation with Simon. The ball about 6 inches, maybe 8, outside of the 18, and that's where it will be set. Barbasol will go down. We get to take another look at this one.
Listo, huh? Look, we're alert.
And the slide by Herrera causes this set piece. 32nd minute. Driven in and knocked out, then flicked in by Cox. Seamus heading it out of trouble, but not for long. Throw goes backwards. As Tucson had a great set piece opportunity and really didn't do much with it. Marancino out wide. Mbuyu will pick it up. He's taken down. So the ball will belong to Orlando City. We're more than 30 minutes into this 60. Well, we got 60 minutes left. But more than 30 minutes into the first half. Scoreless, both teams with opportunities. Tablante couldn't stay on it. The two great chances that Orlando City have had have both been off the foot of Baptiste Diouf. But Diouf missing wildly on both setups. Tablante sending it forward. Little miscommunication between Diouf and the Gru. And Diouf draws the foul. Looking for the latest USL League One news and content, follow at USL League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. Seamus will settle it down, but go backwards. Amir will track back as Diouf will try to switch sides. He's got Tablante. Tablante, he'll get it in. Serginho was teeing up, but knocked away very, very easily. Colin Stripling getting in the way of Serginho having any kind of effective shot. And Tehran will throw it in. Stripling still on it. Jamga out wide. Picked up by Seamus, but in easily gets his pocket picked by Guillermo Delgado. And the 27-year-old showing his experience on the 20-year-old. Another ball towards the 18. Jones can't handle it. Hill gets tangled up with Jordan Jones. And Hill drawing the foul. You'll see it right here. Jones trying to time putting his right foot on it and just didn't do a good job of it, as Herrera will kick this one away.
Right there, Melly, you can get here. Right there, right there. Stay connected. Now you adjust.
Right foot high in the air, trying to set up Mbuyu. But Tucson will drive the action. Houseworth for Jones. Not enough on it. Stolen away momentarily by Mbuyu. But here's Tucson into the final third. Virgin. Mbuyu will come over and keep him company. Flicking it forward. Seamus doing a great job of making sure the ball doesn't settle at the feet of Houseworth. And now clearing it out. Bagru picking it up, turning around on it, feeling pressure, pulling up the brakes, going backwards. Amir trying to lead the charge. Mbuyu nearly running out of his shoes and losing the handle and giving it up to Cox. Cox near the flag. Stripling. Virgin going down the line. Getting it back. And Tucson will slow everything down. And Orlando City not putting a lot of pressure on until Moises breaking on the ball. Had he been joined by Bagru, it would have been interesting in the box. But Bagru broke on it late. Orlando City B, unbeaten in their last four, a lot more aggressive early in the match, not so much in the later stages of the first half. Hill sending it forward, but leaving and leading Tablante out to dry. Good ball movement, but the inexperience and the lack of playing time by Jordan Hill, the 22-year-old who played college ball at Davidson College. Just couldn't connect with Tablante. Tablante did not play in the match against Forward Madison on Friday night. Tehran with the throw. Good defense by Hill that time. And the ball is cleared out, but can't be handled right near the stripe by William Bagru. The 23-year-old played college ball at Mercer and grew up in Salt Lake City. Stripling keeping it on the ground for Virgin. Brings it across the stripe, and then Stripling sending it back for Venter and Batista. Batista now past the stripe. Heavy touch, but it is effective. And Tucson still on it. In the box, opportunity if they can turn on it. Big shot by Virgin, big save by Herrera. He got a mid on it. Centers taking their time. Jones. And Virgin will want that one back. Herrera did not touch it. So now Silva will play catch with his keeper. 39th minute, we are scoreless. Trading the ball in the middle of the pitch, both teams, before Simeon will settle it down. Go back to his keeper. And Herrera will send it forward.
Excellent, Jordan.
Nobody home on that one. Houseworth throw. Gets it back. And the right fullback pulling up the brakes. And they'll play the middle of the pitch. Dangerous pass, but Batista is able to clear it out. Orlando City just maybe about a half a step off the break from controlling the action. Something they did early in the game, but haven't really been able to do since. Tucson has had the majority of the possession, and they have been the aggressors. Orlando City playing a little bit more in this match like the team that was winless in their first 6 versus the team that has been unbeaten in their last 4. Orlando City spending a lot of time being very reactionary to what Tucson is allowing. And Tucson being slow in the final third to really challenge Herrera. See if they reverse their fortunes here. Jamba getting his pocket pick, sending it forward, late whistle. Serginho drew the foul. And Devin Jamga is going to have the conversation with Natalie Simon. Just kind of knocked from behind by number 16. So Serginho sliding it over for Simeon as you look at the manager, Fernando, for this OCB squad. Right foot, long distance, well over the intended target in Mbuyu, who puts just enough pressure on, but not enough to take it away. Orlando City needs to do a better job of putting pressure on Tucson so they have a difficult time getting it out. And Tucson with the unforced errors. You look at Darren Swirsky. Swirsky having the difficult task this week, especially on this midweek game, of putting together an 11 and an 18 with 4 of his best players being called up to Phoenix Rising. Again, these two teams opened up the 2019 League One season, and only Jamal Cox started for the visitors against the Lions in that match. Again, Tucson won that one 3-1. Throw in coming up for OCB. Leo Seamus, who has been handling those throughout the season, but he's been on the right side, not the left. But with Randy Mendoza getting the call up tonight for U.S. Open Cup action with the big club, Seamus now on the left to Blante, who was very active at the beginning of this match, getting it back for Simeon. Now Serginho will turn on it, feeling the pressure from Jones. Now Simeon switching sides, giving Orlando City B a little bit of real estate to work with, but bunkered in is Tucson. And Mbuyu was trying to get it into the 18. Diouf, who's had 2 shots already tonight, but well off the mark. Serginho, as he had Hill overlapping. Diouf switching sides. Seamus, well covered. Back for Amir. Amir all over the pitch tonight. Diouf, a little bit of running room. Looked like a shot more than a pass, but from way, way downtown, and that's been his story tonight. On the transition, here comes Tucson. Jamga Over for Cox. Heavy touch, stolen away momentarily by Serginho. Cox finds the back of the net from basically Cinderella's castle. 1-0, 44th minute. So Cox, the only returning starter from the last time Tucson was in the Magic City, is able to beat Christian Herrera right before the close of the first half. And this really was a long-distance shot from 30 plus. 1-0, Tucson. Not the kind of goal that the Lions wanted to give up. Delgado had a brace the last time Tucson was here. Zach Wright had the third goal, the lone goal for the Lions, and that one came in the 56th minute. Kobe Osewusu. But now it is 1-0 as we approach 45 minutes. And the Lions will find themselves in the locker room talking about how they gave the long distance shot to Jamal Cox. We've got 1 minute of added time for your viewing pleasure as Tehran will throw it down the line. Jones feeling Simeon on his back pocket, able to get around him to the baseline, knocked away by Hill. Everybody will stay where they are, and Joe Tehran will do the honors. Halfway through.
Come here. Here. Jamel, dribbling. Go there. Jamel, here.
Tehran will put it down. Tucson going with the out swingers. As you look at the men and pennies, looking to get action in the second half. Bicycle kick, just can't get it there. But the loose ball is put home by Kyle Venter. And just before the close of the half, it is 2-0. So we'll go to the break with that very late goal by Kyle Venter. And it is 2-0 the visitors. And if Orlando City B can't draw up a way to come back in this game, they will drop their first game in 5. Halftime coming up as we go to the break here on ESPN2 with FC Tucson with goals at 44 and 46 go into the dressing room up 2-0.
FC Tucson 2.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Halftime between the Lions and FC Tucson. The fireworks over Magic Kingdom here on June 12th. Not quite July 4th, but we'll get there soon enough. Coming up next, Kelsey Steele will steal some time, a preview of episode 4 of her program. Earlier today, Ronaldo Damas had a hat trick in a 3-3 draw with Toronto FC. Great things going on right now for the Reds from top to bottom in their entire family, and it starts with their brand new training facility.
Hey guys, welcome to BMO Training Ground. My name is Alex Jacobiak, part of the U19 squad. I'm going to be giving you a tour. So right now we're in the kitchen. This is where we get our hot meals after training. And this is where we kind of connect with our teammates. We like to kind of sit on this side and view the other training sessions that are going on, as well as other games that might be being played. Okay, so right here is La Manta Field. This is our home academy field. This is where all our training sessions as well as home games are played. And then over here to the right is where our first team pitches are. Those are actual grass, while this La Manta Field is turf.
The club has grown significantly in terms of resources. Clearly the facility here at BMO Training Ground, what we're able to offer the players on a daily basis, whether that be mental training, sports science, the actual technical development on field, as well as food after training.
It's a world-class facility. I mean, that's the most important thing. We have our first team here, our second team, all the academy teams. They have everything they need.
They get to walk through the same doors that Josie Altador walks through, or Jonathan Osorio, or Jay Chapman, or Michael Bradley, or Pozuelo. So that's an honor, it's a responsibility, and it's also an opportunity.
When they're growing up, you know, a lot of young boys, they want to be a pro basketball player, pro baseball player, pro soccer player. And here we allow them the ability to train amongst other high achievers in soccer. Obviously, Jonathan Osorio, Ashton Morgan have come through here into the first team. More recently, Ayo Akinola, Liam Frazier. So I think they can kind of see the progression.
We like to mentor our academy players by sometimes having our first team players speak to them about their experience, particularly the ones that have been through the pathway.
It's great that we're all here, we have the same home, we're all together.
There's a camaraderie, and there's a feeling that they are part of it, that it's all for one, and that they're part of this one, that's TFC.
My teammates have become so close to me, being with them every single day. I've built close relationships to every one of them.
They're all great people. They all push me every day. It's my second home.
These kids are really good at soccer, and they make me improve.
Being able to get better every single day on and off the field.
Just being here with the players and everything and playing, it just really means a lot.
It means almost everything.
And here's our classroom. Basically, this is just a place for any academy athletes that want to come here before school and get their work done, as well as Sue McMillan is a very great resource. She helped me with my SAT prep, as well as my entire pathway throughout high school, picking courses, and just any help that I needed. Here's our main gym. Usually we get our team lifts in, as well as if there's any time or the gym is open, we get to work out here by ourselves as well.
The most important thing is the understanding of what it takes to be a professional. Our knowledge and what we do on a first team level at the highest possible level here in North America trickles down to every age group and to every athlete that we have here.
We try to leave no stone unturned.
This is where we get our treatment or any taping that needs to be done before training. Any help that's needed in terms of physically, recovery, as well as treatment, this is where you would go. So that was a little tour of BMO Training Grounds. This is now my 6th year in the academy, and throughout my experience here, I've had to meet awesome players, awesome coaches, and be able to train at a really high professional level. And I've had some really amazing experiences that I hope to continue on to hopefully first team one day.
Coming to you from USL headquarters, this is Steal Some Time. Here's the USL's Kelsey Steele.
Let's hop into the West. Out of week 14, The West was interesting this week. I want to start over in San Antonio and talk about this academy impact that's going on right now for Gallegos. If you have not watched that goal, you need to go back into the highlights and watch that, because this is a 17-year-old kid who created that entire play. He made that run. He demanded to get the ball back. Barmy hit him up, and he, made that one touch around the defender, finished it off, and it was gorgeous. A 17-year-old looking like a 25-year-old. And
put the team on his back.
Put the team on his back. How about Phoenix's commitment to Dollar Beer Night?
Undefeated.
If you thought that we were going to go through the show today without mentioning Dollar Beer Night, you are severely mistaken.
Absolutely, and for good reason. I mean, holy cow, not only is Dollar Beer Night absolutely a thing, but the goals. The goals on goals on goals, and Adam John, I will stand by this opinion. I will die on this hill. That should have been SportsCenter #1 out of the weekend. 60-yard ball over the top, not even a touch. He just lofts it over the goalkeeper. I saw that and watched SportsCenter, and I was like, where is it? Okay, it's not number 3, it's not number 2, it's not number 1. I was about to just start tweet storming at SportsCenter on Twitter and just let them know, y'all got that wrong, man.
But elsewhere in USL Championship play, we had a few streaks end this weekend. Talking about over New Mexico and, unfortunately, Tampa Bay Rowdies. Their notable streak comes to an end.
I think if I'm the Rowdies, I have to see this at least as somewhat of a win. So follow me a little bit here.
Okay.
Lacroix! Now it's Musa! Oh, what a hit! Ryan Brown! Oh, that is electric from Phoenix on the break! Shot! Post wide!
Time for us to take a look at the news and notes from around League One. Mazel tov to Pepe. You are playing for FC Dallas tonight in the U.S. Open Cup. Dallas J and Guam advance in the World Cup qualifying. And Thiago Souza with a monster goal and an assist for OCB last week is now the player of the week in League One. He is joined by Rafa, and you see Akira Fitzgerald in the pipes for this team of the week. A lot of talent going on right now in League One action. The scoring leaders, the aforementioned Ricardo Pepi with 7 goals in 6 games. Jordan, Iman, and Joe with 4 goals each. So a lot of scoring going on for those respective teams. And there's been some great goal keeping as well. And Akira Fitzgerald, who we talked about a moment ago, with 34 saves, 5 clean sheets in 11 games for the Kickers. And not bad job by Alex Phillip and Juliano Chade for the Lions as well. Standings in League One, North Texas 23 points, the class of the league so far. Look at this log jam in the middle. Lansing with 13 points, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 all with 12 points. One of these two teams in action tonight, Tucson and the Lions, may very well find themselves above the Mendoza line and in the playoff picture. Toronto and North Texas, talked about it earlier, 3-3 draw earlier today. And on Saturday, Greenville will host Lansing, and the Kickers will take on Chattanooga in Richmond. Upcoming schedule, Forward Madison and Tucson, as well as Tormenta and OCB. Last thing we've got to talk about before we go to break are the power rankings, and obviously North Texas and their 23 points are the #1 team in that power situation. Orlando City B, 6th a week ago, now in 4th, and that is powered by 4 straight games with points. Tucson is #8. When we come back, Second half of action here in Mount Verde. Welcome back to the campus of Mount Verde Academy. 2 late half goals by FC Tucson make it a 2-0 affair as we're about to get started here in the second half. Tucson has not had the same starting 11 2 games in a row all season long. Serving it up, early chances, just can't convert. The early chances were there really for both teams, but it's what happened late in the half that made all the difference in the world. Pulling up the brakes, trying to turn it around. Virgin long distance, wide left. That was the story as this game progressed. Things just weren't going either team's way in terms of putting shots on frame. OCB had opportunities. The youth really had great opportunities. One was just outside of the 6 and just couldn't find the back of the net, just spraying the balls around. There's Virgin inside the box, can't make it happen. But if you can't score from inside the box, you might as well take your chances from outside the box. And that one, finding the back of the net. 44th minute, Jamal Cox, the only member of FC Tucson to start against the Lions to open up the season. That bicycle kick by Jones almost finds the back of the net in stoppage time. But Kyle Venter was there to clean up the mess. Left foot, back of the net. And that's how we went to the locker room. Tucson had the ball the majority of the time. One card belonging to Austin Amir. And the only thing that really matters is the goals, and those are 2-0. So we will switch sides. The boys in purple will go from right to left on your screen. They'll have the ball to start the second half. And from left to right, the boys in white. We're underway, and Orlando City B has really put themselves in a hole. Here's Delgado, who had 2 goals the last time here to open up the season as you look at Venter.
Let's go, Lamar! Look, start this out! Yeah, one more.
And it will be a corner coming up. And Joe Theron will take it. And another out swinger. Calls his shot, puts it short. It's headed away by Emir. It will be tracked down by Batista for Virgin and then all the way back. First half starts like the second half started, with Tucson marching all the way down the pitch. Cox able to control it with his chest. Down the line, Delgado centers. Stepped in front and cleared out by the Lions, but right back to Stripling. Tucson trying to pour it on. Jones put his head on it, but Herrera was there that time, and he's looking to punt it away. Jamal Cox, long distance shot, 44th minute. Played a year ago with the Tacoma Stars of the Major Arena Soccer League, not even outdoors. And then Kyle Venter, who played last year with Penn FC, is Marancio, snatches it out of the air.
Keep going.
Sliding it forward and out of play off the foot of Houseworth. Throw in by Seamus. Back line of Orlando City rebuilt for this game. Randy Mendoza, who has really hammered down the left side of the defense for Orlando City B, missed tonight as he gets the call up to play with OC in Memphis in the U.S. Open Cup. So that changed the entire back line for Coach Fernando. Shot from distance is well off the mark. Again, OCB scores the majority of their shots from long distance. Tonight, the long distance shots just have not been quality, as Moises Tablante well off the mark on that one. Substitution here in the 49th minute as Thiago Souza, who has been absolutely on fire for Orlando City B, checks in the 49th minute for Mbuyu, who was struggling throughout the evening. So the Brazilian checks into the game, and he has really been on fire throughout this game, throughout the season. He has 3 goals now to go with 1 assist, and OCB needs the firepower if they're going to climb back and try to get a point in their 5th straight game. Cox, he'll send it well down the pitch. Jones trying to slow up on it, feeling the pressure from Silva behind him. Seamus, Amir, and Tucson will back off, giving Orlando City an opportunity to build. They have not really had an opportunity to build much in probably the last 35, 40 minutes. They have taken everything that Tucson is giving them, and Tucson has really not given them that much since probably the 10th minute. Tablante with speed, but he hasn't been able to really get through the defense of Tucson. Atis Diouf has a number of shots on the match, but all of them well off target. And now trying to get Souza into the action, but that 50-50 won by Stripling. Hill, ball goes off of his head, but last touched by Tucson, and that gives Herrera an opportunity to kick it away. Serginho, who really has been quiet in this one as well. Tablante bringing it up, trying to find a foot to move it forward. Souza, Diouf, Serginho ridden off the ball, and Mir comes up, knocks it away momentarily. Serginho getting in the action. He picks it up. Ball down the line intended for Bagru. He gets there before Batista does. Bagru trying to get around Batista, and he does earn the corner. And you see that beautiful sunset to the west over the lake here at Mount Verde Academy. And it will be Serginho who will come over and clear this one out. Another out swinger, 52nd minute. Tucson up 2-0. That is short. The majority of the corners throughout this season have gone short. And that service by Serginho went into the box in short. Ball will belong to OCB. Orlando Health is proud to be the official medical team of Orlando City Soccer Club. From orthopedics and sports medicine to virtually every medical specialty, Orlando Health has the physicians throughout Central Florida to provide the care you need when you need it. Choose Orlando Health. Another substitution for Coach Fernando. Jordan Hill's night is over, and Steven Hernandez, the utility player, will check in for him. That coming in the 53rd minute. So the first substitution at 49 saw Mbuyu out and Souza in, and Hernandez now will check in for Hill. And we'll take a look at how the formation may switch up. Hernandez, who can play on the wing as well as play defense. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Fernando has up his sleeve in an attempt to get back into this match. Orlando City has not won a match when they have given up a goal first. In fact, every time they have conceded a goal first, they have lost the game. When Tucson scores first, they're 4-1-1. Orlando City feeling the pressure from Tucson as Tucson is trying to add to that lead down the line. Orlando City feeding. Here's Bagru picking it up, looking to find a way into the 18. Being ridden out. Virgin driving it towards the corner. Tiran. Diouf playing catch with Serginho, able to turn on it. Stripling was on him, leading Souza out wide. Souza into the middle. Serginho, the blast, not a lot on it. Great build-up, a tremendous amount of patience by OCB, and then that long-distance shot by Serginho showing the immaturity of the 19-year-old Brazilian as he shot this one from about 35 out, basically passing to himself, not putting a lot on that shot and being well off frame. Carlos Mirancio has really not had much action to deal with tonight except kicking the ball away. Bagru couldn't put his head on it. Houseworth down the pitch, keeping it in play. Controlled by Jones. Here's Cox. Intended for Jones, picked off. Souza can't rein it in, and Houseworth will throw it. Houseworth with the throw. Stolen away. Flag went up. His temper's flaring just a little bit as this game, scoring-wise, got out of hand. Just before the break, Jamal Cox, 44th minute. Kyle Venter inside the 46th minute. Goals that Orlando City, in their winning ways in the last four, have not given up. Going into this match, having a conversation with Darren Schwarsky, he really liked this OCB team. They were playing with a tremendous amount of confidence as Moises Tablante is going to go into the book here in the 56th minute. Second yellow card of the evening, the other one belonging to Austin Amir in the 21st minute. And you see the reckless charge on Joe Turan. Coach Schwarsky really impressed with the way that OCB had been playing full 90 minutes. And very impressed with the way that the Brazilians had come in, because he didn't see first time out here at Mount Verde. He didn't see the full-on Brazilian contingency that is here now with Silva, Simas, Serginho, and here is Tablante, fresh off of that card to Serginho, now Amir. You see a little bit of that speed on the outside coming in. Simas tripped, and he'll go to the spot. And that substitution, bringing in Steven Hernandez, sent Leo Simas back to his familiar right fullback position, which is the way that Simas likes to play it, very vertical, and earning the Lions an opportunity to cut the lead in half. But this is what Simas has been doing throughout the match. Is he drew that foul inside the box, and Devin Jamga really not appreciating Natalie Simon pointing at the spot, but tripping up Leo Simas. So the back line now a little bit more the way that we have seen Orlando City play in the back, which is with Silva now cutting in with Steven Hernandez out on the right. So here is Souza. He has 4 goals on the season, 12 yards away from the 20-year-old who played previously in Mexico. Souza, right foot, 59th minute, looking to make it a 2-1 affair. Souza stutter steps, and that is in the back of the net. 2-1, so the substitute who came in for Mbuyu in the 49th minute has cut the lead in half, and now it is an interesting affair in the 59th.
In the 59th minute.
Souza with the PK. And now things settle in and things working out a little bit better for Coach Fernando as he goes with Hernandez, Silva, Simeon, and Simas in the back, bringing Souza into the affair. And now OCB looking a little bit more like OCB. And you have to wonder if Coach Fernando had gone with Hernandez instead of Hill, could this be a different game as Diouf is sent to the turf? But that doesn't matter as we are in the 60th minute. And Orlando City B now only trailing by a goal is Silva looking to switch sides. Headed out, looking for Tablante. So now Simas, who has been running up the right side, and Hernandez, who can get up and go on the left. And there is Hernandez. A little give and go and a little too heavy by Souza. And a throw down the line, off the head of Jones. And Steven Hernandez will let it go out of play. Throw down, and a late whistle is Bagru earned that one. And the Port Chester, New York native, Steven Hernandez, 22 years old. His insertion into this lineup changes the way the offensive attack will come for Orlando City B. Tablante leading the charge. Simas with the step over at the elbow. Bringing it into the box. Bagru just couldn't get his hips around. He goes wide right. But you see, since the insertion of Souza and Hernandez, this is a very different Lions squad. Better ball movement in the last few minutes by the Lions. Tucson on their heels. How will they answer giving up that PK? And they'll check out the equipment as Lamar Batista comes to help out his keeper, and that gives me an opportunity to tell you fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Well down the pitch, over the head of a number of players. Simeon able to turn on it. Cox will get there first. But you see OCB now not conceding real estate where they used to. Herrera nearly mishandles it, gives it away. Delgado is there to try to pounce on it, but Herrera was able to jump on it. That ball can't be handled by Serginho, so a throw coming up. Tiran will take it. 64th minute. Tucson up 2-1. They get two very, very late goals in the first half. One by Cox, one by Venter. And Souza picks up a PK for the Lions just 10 minutes after checking in. That one coming in the 59th minute. Last time these two teams met, it was in Arizona, and it was a 2-2 affair. Opportunity for that to repeat itself here if Orlando can find a way to the equalizer. LeGroux will go over and keep Carlos honest. Kicked away and sent forward with a lot of authority. Souza, a little too heavy on the turn. Tucson back on it. Can they build up here in the final third? The challenge by Hernandez. Delgado giving it up. Delgado fighting with Silva. Flag will go the way of Orlando City. Silva's 6'2", 205, the 22-year-old out of Sao Paulo. And he used every bit of that, but a really nifty back heel pass by Souza, and Souza just showing the class that he has and why he is the leading scorer of OCB now with 4. Just 20 years old. And they'll work all the way back. Tucson is. LeGroux will keep him honest once again. Seamus will chase it down and show the patience of ushering it out.
Right there, stop.
Simeon back in that familiar right center back position. Hernandez sending it forward. Great job by Souza, and Stripling knocked to the turf, and Stripling will go in the book in the 66th minute.
Alert white! Alert white!
Great individual effort by the young Brazilian to get forward, but then running into Stripling and the 24-year-old. So Vega in for Virgin here in the 67th minute. Devin Vega. Devin Vega will take us the rest of the way. That opportunity is over for Orlando City. Virgin had a few good opportunities of trying to beat Herrera in the first half, just couldn't convert. Merancio will kick this one away. First substitution of the evening for the visitors. The Lions have made 2. And we'll sort this one out here.
Hey, fourth official, did you see what just happened again?
Injured player down for Tucson. And that's Jones. Jordan Jones, 23 years old, played a year ago with RGV, USL Championship, giving us another look at this. Ball well down the pitch, and Silva just pulls him down from behind. It's a matter of where this will be called. Will it be at the spot? No, it won't. It'll be just outside the box, but Natalie Simon will have a conversation with the AR on the near side. So it will be just outside the box, or it will be on the spot, and it will be right here, just outside the box. Barbasol will come down, less than 19 yards away from goal. On the right-hand side, Darren Swirsky not happy with the call. Vega with his foot on it. He just checked in. So we'll sort everything out, and Tucson will have a set-piece opportunity, looking to go up again by 2 goals. Tiran is there. Vega is there. Tiran with the left foot. Vega with the right. And Vega will come in, have a conversation with Simon regarding the wall. 5 purple kits, 1 white. Left foot, right foot. Vega trying to go right at it, right into the wall. Serve back in, ball high in the air. Devin Jamga was whistled on that one. So opportunity is over for Tucson, as Seamus goes back for Simeon. 50-50, climbing the ladder and out of play.
Come on!
Silva
Excellent, Guillermo!
switching sides to the outside. Seamus turning around, sliding it forward. Bagru back for Serginho. Now Simeon. And that goes all the way back, as Houseworth will have to retreat, get it back to his keeper, who will put it out of play. And Diouf with the throw to Amir. Sliding it forward, Souza. Souza dancing out of trouble. Outside the box, builds up 2 defenders. That's how well respected he is. And he dribbles himself right out of the play. So the keeper for Tucson getting the start.
Come on, Luke. Come on, baby.
Will right foot this one away.
Just fucking work.
Very high in the air. Silva sending it forward. Bagru, 50-50, battling. And that will draw a whistle. And Natalie Simon trying to settle everybody down. Another substitution coming up, as the 4th official has the board. And we get another look. Bagru battling with Venter. But that's where the infraction was.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for FC Tucson in the 72nd minute. Leaving the game is number 14, Colin Stripling. He's replaced by number 6, Raheem Summersall.
Summersall for Stripling in the 72nd minute. Stripling, the only man in a white kit with a yellow card, that one coming 6 minutes ago. Seamus will throw it in. Simeon looking for Hernandez. Gets it there. Little give and go with Souza. And Summersall threw his body there. Didn't interrupt the play. Here's Hernandez. Getting ridden off just a little bit. Centers. McGrew is there. Unbelievable save. Left foot by McGrew, but Carlos put his mid on it and denied the Lions the tying goal. Serginho. Great individual effort by Hernandez to center it up, knocked away momentarily by Venter. And McGrew trying to go far post. That was served into the box but knocked away as the service was low. Vega picks it up, carries it across. Stolen away by Seamus, but the whistle stops the attack by the Lions. 74 minutes in.
Be smart, Lamar, be smart.
And Tucson holding on to a 2-1 lead. Goals at 44 and 46 by Cox and Venter, respectively. And then Thiago Souza on a PK at the 59th minute after coming in 10 minutes earlier. His fourth on the season. Houseworth. Centers. All the way across the box. Controlled momentarily by the Lions. Loose ball picked up by Cox. And they'll have to work it all the way back. Summersall to Venter. Batista left footing it, looking for Jones inside the box. Turned on it too quickly. Left foot goes out of play. Who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL League One Power Rankings, only on USLLeague1.com. Herrera, who has not had a lot to do here in the second half, will kick it away, but not before Jordan Bender will check in. And he's coming in for Serginho.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for OCB in the 76th minute. Leaving the game is number 5, Sergio Costello Elia. He's replaced by number 19, Bender.
So a little bit of a surprise on that one is the Brazilian is kind of the quarterback that makes things roll for the Lions. Bender coming in for him. It'll be interesting to see how the set pieces will go for OCB as Serginho has taken them throughout the game. Punted away, 50-50, won by Tucson. Bender looking to get a touch, but the play goes in front of him. Seamus bringing it down. He's tripped up. Set piece opportunity coming up. We get a look at how this one happened. Far side. Tehran actually getting there. And it will be Souza that will serve this one up. Normally in these situations in the past, OCB would go short. But it looks like Souza is going to serve it up towards the box. He's directing traffic. They do go short. For Seamus. Seamus carrying it through. Took the shot, but it was knocked away before it could get close. Seamus serving it inside, punched away. Bender is down, slow to get up, he is up. Counter opportunity for Tucson. Delgado on his horse, sliding it forward. The whistle will stop play. The question is, which way does it go? It goes Orlando City's way, as there were bodies flying everywhere. Delgado is down. Devin Jamga is down. But what a run from side to side. And if it isn't for Mirancio, this is a 2-2 game. And on the other side, all kinds of bodies flying around. And you see Delgado still slow to get up. And the keeper now having to be attended to. Normally you see somebody on their back here in Orlando City like that, it's for cramps, but that was a collision. Gives me an opportunity to tell you that the Lions playing in Memphis, it is 0-0 against 901. Orlando City in action for the first time in U.S. Open Cup. And you see Carlos coming down on Bender. Bender just coming into the game moments ago. And Herrera will kick this one away, 79th minute. 2-1 the visitors. Silva. Long distance down the line. Souza will pick it up. Marked by Venter. Sliding it for Hernandez, but it went past him. Souza coming over, trying to pick it up and make up for his mistake. He gets the ball back. Carries it. One-man wrecking crew out to Tablante. Tablante, right side, outside the box. Will he carry it into the box? He does. Sliding it forward. Venter put a foot on it. Corner coming up as Orlando City B was mounting the attack. Seamus will go over and take this one. So Leo will set it down. Look for Orlando City B. Well, normally in these situations they would have gone short, but Seamus looks like he's looking inside the box. 80th minute, looking for the equalizer. Serves it up high. Cleared out by Jones. Gathered in.
Help it on! Help it on!
Hernandez was trying to gather it up. Whistle will stop play. And Natalie Simon will have a conversation and issue a card. Hernandez was trying to build on the attack. Pulled on the jersey. You cannot do that.
Card has been issued to OCB. Number 20, Stephen Hernandez, in the 81st minute.
Hernandez gets himself a yellow card in the 81st minute. That's the second on the night for the boys in purple. So he came into the game in the 53rd minute for Jordan Hill, and in the 81st, he's in Natalie Simon's book. That will go out of play. Orlando City B struggled in this game to really find any kind of offense after basically the last 15 or the first 15 minutes of the game. It was 0-0 through 44 minutes until Jamal Cox got the party started. A long distance shot that caught Orlando City napping. Houseworth. And he comes down hard on that left knee. Kyle Venter picked up a loose ball inside the box in the 46th minute and hammered it home. That's the way we went to the locker room. And you see Houseworth falling over Souza. So Tucson will kick it away. Sasha Kleshchin with the goal at the 37th minute gives City the lead on a penalty earned by Shane O'Neill. So 1-0 the Lions in Memphis in U.S. Open Cup action. Batista having to go back to his keeper as he felt William Bagru on his shoulder. Heavy touch. Diouf was trying to give his body up. Souza picking it up. That should be last touched by Tucson. It is. Souza with the throw. Silva. Simeon. And now Seamus. And the offense really started to click when Coach Fernando brought in Steven Hernandez for Jordan Hill in the 53rd minute and put everyone back in their familiar positions. Hernandez went out wide left as the left fullback in place of Randy Mendoza, who normally plays there, but Mendoza is in Memphis this evening with the big club. That moved Silva inside, the left center back. Hernandez on the left. That shot from distance was a howitzer, but it goes over the net. Most of the scoring by OCB comes from outside, but sometimes that's because they just lack patience. Moises to Blante. Rocket shot, just kept rising. Simeon moved from the left to the right where he's a lot more comfortable in the center of that defense, and Leo Seamus was able to come back over and play on the right where he uses that speed and size to blast down and create offense from defense. Foot race. It's cleared out by Batista before Tablante can get there. Tracked down by Simeon. Silva. Delgado will keep him honest. Sent out wide. Tablante looking for reinforcements. Doesn't see it. Goes back and resets for Simeon. Intended for Souza, doesn't get there, it's short. Diouf picks it up. Now Amir. Switching sides, looking for Tablante. 50-51 by Tucson. Here they come on the counter with running room. OCB will have to retreat. Simeon trying to play on it. Nothing doing. Vega in the mouth of the 18, and he went well off the mark. Good build-up by Tucson, but Vega just put it on the laces. Finkel is Einhorn, and Einhorn is Finkel. Herrera will kick this one away, but time running out on the Lions in their attempt to get a point in 5 straight. Tablante turning on it. Bringing it in, tripped up, set piece opportunity coming up for the Lions. And the Lions have not lost since May 11th. A trip to Dallas in a 4-1 affair against North Texas. Tablante catching his breath, getting the piece from Leo Seamus. Tablante lifting it into the box. Intended for Bagru, but it was short of Bagru. Diouf picks it up. Souza, can he get his 5th of the season? He takes the shot, had the opportunity, but just goes wide right as it's knocked away at the last moment. But Souza picked his spot, and he went for it.
Hold on, don't take it. I'm going to the corner.
Corner coming up as the defender knocked it away.
Alert!
Tight.
They go short. Diouf just outside the 18, lifting it in. Bagru trying to put his head on it. Cleared out. Souza heading it back to Hernandez. And OCB is going to have to hurry. They do, to try to clear it out of trouble. And another set piece opportunity is Diouf draws the foul. Diouf 5'9", 135, taking the brunt from Jamal Cox. Another set piece late in this game as the Barbasol goes down. And OCB looking to even it up. Diouf having a conversation with Tablante. Now another one. Seamus will get in the ear of Moises Tablante. He serves it. He goes for it right into the gut of Carlos Mirancio. Mirancio snatches it out of the air. Good idea to go over the wall, but just not enough power on that shot. And a very easy save for Mirancio. Hernandez whipping it down the pitch. Bagru back to Hernandez, and Bagru is shoved down. Delgado was the man on the infraction there. Tripped him up, and very lucky that that wasn't a card. Switching sides. Well played, well patience by Tablante. Bender gets into the action. Bender's been quiet since checking in. Most action he had, having the keeper fall on him. Silva, 89th minute. Time running out for the Lions to get the equalizer. They gave up two very late goals. One right before the 45, one right after. Went into the locker room trailing 2-0. Souza came into the game in 49, picked up a PK in 59. That's where we stand as we enter the 90th minute. And Orlando City is going to have to find a way to press forward with authority and with a sense of urgency, something they really have not done throughout this game. Bender feeling pressure out to Seamus. Seamus down the line, intended for Bagru. Bagru tied up with Batista. And Batista just gave the Lions a corner here in the 90th. Bender's going to go over, take this one quickly, look for it to be short. No, taking his time, so look for it to be served in. He puts it high in the air. Souza's going to have to retreat. Two defenders. Souza's able to put a foot on it. He dribbles it out of trouble. That's the way Thiago Souza has dominated games, and Delgado has knocked Souza to the ground, and he gets a yellow card right at the 90. We've got 4 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure. So Delgado in the book at 90 as Souza got the better of him. Enough time for OCB to tie this game up. Silva, long distance, throwing it out for Steven Hernandez. Hernandez, the substitute. And that's knocked away. Looked like it was last touched by Luke Hausworth. But the flag went up.
That's that next one. Darren, that's that next one. All right. We're here. We're here.
Looking for another substitution. And this one would be the way of Tucson. Delgado is going to come out. And we're going to get it before Carlos kicks it away. So Delgado's night is over. The first time he was here in Orlando City, he had a brace. But tonight, his night is over. Tavares will come in for him. Tavares in the 92nd minute. Look for a little bit of extra time added by Simon. as Delgado took his time leaving the pitch, with time running out for Orlando City B if they want a point in this match. Diouf just outside the 6 minutes into the game, sent it over the crossbar as he could have gotten it started. Here's Tucson, led by Summersall. Now Jones. And Silva clears it out before Tavares can get there. And you can hear Darren Swarsky telling his squad, keep it down here. They don't need to score again. They just need to run out the clock. Houseworth throwing it into the corner. And this is how you win games. Jones, and Jones feeling the pressure. And Herrera will start us up. More than 2.5, almost 3 minutes into 4 minutes of added time. The Lions will have to get it out in a hurry despite the pressure. Knocked back in the opposite direction. Silva puts his head on it. Amir able to control it and getting the better of Summersall. Tablante into the box, nearly an own goal. Dangerous play by Lamar Batista, back heeling it, but his keeper was right on it. Batista, that was dangerous. We're in the 4th minute of added time. Bender, Tablante. Tablante, feeling pressure going backwards. That's not what the Lions need to do. With seconds left in this one. Silva, a lot of real estate in front of him. Sliding it for Diouf. Diouf turning around on it. Tavares is there. Souza is there. Souza trying to get around Tavares, back to Diouf. Diouf, all kinds of white kits around him. He was thinking about the shot. He was thinking about passing. Time running out. We are now in borrowed time. Hernandez, quick throw. Bagru turning it around. Bagru trying to blast through. Now Hernandez cleared out momentarily. That might be enough to call the game. It is. Tucson gets a 2-1 win. They end their losing streak. And for the first time in 5 games, Orlando City B find themselves on the losing side of a match. So now Tucson with 15 points on the table, momentarily above the Mendoza line. Exhaustion for the Lions. Don't go away. Highlights and stats when we come back on ESPN Plus. Tucson 2, OCB 1.
On Friday, June 28th.
Welcome back to Central Florida. Tucson coming cross country and earning a 2-1 win over the Lions as both teams reversed their fortune, as OCB came into this game unbeaten in their last 4, and Tucson on a 3-game losing skid, but that's all over now for both of these teams. Time for us to take a look at the highlights. Early on, the action was all coming forward by Tucson. They had their opportunities. There's Jones and Delgado, and then Virgin from distance. Not much on that shot, but it goes wide left. A little bit later in the first half, Cox from distance. Herrera kind of got his legs buckled. Didn't think that shot was going to get off, but it finds the back of the net. That was in the 44th minute. And then, just before the break, Jones with the bicycle kick that doesn't work out, but Kyle Venter is there to clean up the garbage. The left foot finds the back of the net. We go to the dressing room. 2-0 visitors. Late. 10 minutes after Souza came into the game, Leo Seamus, who had gone from the left to the right, gave Souza an opportunity to pick up his 4th on the season, that one coming the way of a PK. Orlando City B would not lay down in this one, kept trying late in the game, but grew with the best opportunity to draw us at 2 apiece, but a great save by the Tucson keeper. And you see, early in this game, Tucson goes into the locker room with the possession advantage. Ultimately, it swung over to OCB, but that's not enough. 5 cards handed out on the evening. 6 shots on target for Tucson, 3 for OCB. A lot of shots, 31 on the game, but the only stat that ever matters is the very last line, and that belongs to Darren Swirsky and FC Tucson as they get the 2-1 win, and you just see the frustration right there. It says it all. We appreciate you being with us here on ESPN Plus. For everyone in the truck, the crew, everyone here in Mount Verde, I am Bruce Silverman. Thanks for being with us. Tucson 2, OCB 1, and that's the way it finishes.
This copyrighted telecast of the United
Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.